इनको होस्ट बना रखा ना, म्यूट अनम्यूट कर सकते हैं ना अपने। ये होस्ट है ना, ये होस्ट है, ये स्क्रीन पे दिख रहे हैं, ये दोनों स्क्रीन मिल कर दो माइक में बोलेंगे स्टार्ट हो।
Sir, kindly on your mic, please.
इसके आगे ये चैनल ये दोनों क्लास ये आप ऑनलाइन।
Sir, please आप अपना mic एक बार लगाइए।
हेलो हेलो।
Hello.
Yes, sir. Now you are audible. Please start the session.
Very, very sorry what happened. That's why I was trying to uh, to start early, and that is the reason. So, okay. So, can you see my lecture on the screen?
Yes, sir. Yes.
My PPT? Okay. Okay. Let me start. Sorry for that. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. So,
Sir,
yeah,
sorry to interrupt, but please kindly share your screen.
yeah, yeah. You cannot.
Yes, sir.
Can you see it?
शेयर तो कर रखे हैं, पर मेरे को आ नहीं रहा।
अब दिख नहीं रही हमको। हाँ, इनका सर आप लैपटॉप से शेयर कर रहे हैं स्क्रीन या मोबाइल से?
मैं लैपटॉप से सेट कर रहा हूँ स्क्रीन।
अच्छा।
हाँ।
सर शायद आपकी स्क्रीन फ़ोन से शेयर हो रही है, तो फ़ोन वाला स्टॉप करके आप लैपटॉप से शेयर करेंगे तो हमें दिखाई देगा।
तो लैपटॉप वाला तो ऑन है ही ऑलरेडी।
ऑलरेडी ऑन है?
हाँ, ऑलरेडी मेरा ऑन है लैपटॉप वाला। और वो केवल उसमें वॉइस की बात है, और वो वॉइस क्यों नहीं आ रही है मैं तो समझ नहीं पा रहा। मैंने तो सारा ऑन कर रखा है इधर से।
नहीं, वॉइस आपकी एकदम अच्छी आ रही है सर, एकदम क्लियर आ रही है।
अच्छा। तो
सर काइंडली
वॉइस
सर काइंडली कंटिन्यू योर सेशन प्लीज।
तो
Yes.
कैन यू
Okay.
सी माय लेक्चर?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
Okay. So, good morning everyone. I am Professor Om Kumar Hars from Adelaide, Australia. And I'm grateful to you for providing. But normally I go for the keynote speaking, and this is my first time last 2 decades that I'm going for a general lecture. But because of the kind request of Professor Gajendra Singh, I agreed to for this lecture. And this lecture is very, very important because this lecture was delivered globally in many countries. And this lecture on data science is relevant to everyone, irrespective of any kind of the basic background. Because nowadays, the data science has become a global issue. And it belongs to everyone, not only to scientific and computing part, but it is also always belong to everyone, whether it is commerce, humanities, or business, or any other area. So this is very, very important lecture, and try to understand. So I think this lecture is so important that many of people already got jobs on global basis. And before starting, a little bit my brief introduction, but I think better to you see the Google. But roughly, I normally I say I have 4 research degrees in physics, engineering, and computer science, and I globally worked in 6 countries. And before moving to Australia, went to IITs in India. And anyway, this you can look, but my basic objective is to deliver a lecture today. And now we are starting lecture on data science. And data, everywhere data. We starting from morning to evening. We always use data. We employ data. We deliver the data. We understand the data, and we use the data. So this is the data, and this is the age of the data. Let me also explain. I live in Adelaide. Earlier, I was in Sydney. So these two are cosmopolitan cities, and they are very nice cities. They have world-class facilities of research and other kinds of the teaching and other purpose. So anyway, everybody is invited to visit these cities, and I would try to help everyone if they kindly would request me. Now starting the data, we starting from Google. Nowadays, Google is extremely popular. And this Google is the search engine. And you may wonder that every day there are 40,000 searches every second on the Google. Every second there are 40,000 searches on the Google just to find the data. It means that there are 3.5 billion per day and 1.2 trillion per day. All of these searches are collected and stored by Google. Whatever search you do, they are saved and stored by the Google. So you cannot imagine 20 petabyte every day data are added to Google every day. So Google is the most visited site worldwide, and they have around 480 million unique visitors normally daily. The search engine of Google, they process approximately 3.5 billion searches daily. So 40,000 searches every second. Now, if you go more detail about the data, because data science itself nowadays is so popular that everyone would like to understand there are two units of data. One is on base, another on decimal value. So, of course, there are units of data, kilobyte, megabyte, gigabyte, and terabytes, and petabytes, so many units are there. Now, before starting data science, I would like to tell everyone why it is important, why management is important. So, before going into detail, I have a short story about European satellite problem. We know that there are many European countries nowadays, but earlier in history, the 8 European countries, they collectively built a satellite. And this satellite in 1960, they projected from somewhere from Germany, and it was burned out within a few seconds. And they couldn't understand what is the problem. The project was divided into eight countries, and the project was very burning problem. And once the project completed by every country, because there are 8 parts of the project, and they all the 8 countries try to join each other. But I think when they projected from the somewhere in 50 seconds, they couldn't find the what's the region. So they set up a panel, and the panel gave very burning issue. They understand very burning issue what was the region. They found that the region was that when the two parts of the projects, Germany and the France, when joined together, there was only half a line mistake in joining the project. And the joining the project mistake is not basically the programming mistake. It is the management mistake. It means that management is a great issue everywhere on entire global basis. And management is the issue of particularly India, and I think to some extent the whole world. So what to manage? Human, technology, science, technology, anything more. We would like to discuss on all these issues in brief here. We see that because now what we want to manage? We want to manage knowledge. Then when we want to understand what is the knowledge? Knowledge has two parts. One is explicit knowledge, another is implicit knowledge. Explicit means written or documented knowledge. Tacit means what I am speaking to you, this is verbal knowledge. But knowledge can be transferred from one form to the another. What I am speaking, you can create a note. And note can be again, you can deliver a talk on the note. So you can transfer the type of knowledge. Now, why do people want to share the knowledge? Because knowledge is a power. People say we don't have the time. Way too much real work to do. So there are so many issues. That is why people, because knowledge is the money. Knowledge, not only time, it is money also. So we want to know what are some examples of knowledge management. There are 5 issues on knowledge management. Online, community forum, reading management system, customer service knowledge, and research and insight libraries, and company-wide knowledge management. Knowledge management can be separated into 3 main areas normally. because people accumulate the knowledge, they store the knowledge, and they share the knowledge. And again, there are three types of knowledge management, which we all call the knowledge work system, intelligent technique, and enterprise-wide knowledge management system. Now, because we are managing knowledge through technology, but technology is changing. Knowledge management is integrating technologies that aid collaboration and knowledge storage. Whatever we store, whatever we add something to the new knowledge, it is due to technology. For example, we use wiki, blogs, social networks, semantic web, GIS, so many technical issues are here. But normally we say that there are many technological advancement through which you can share, you can deliver, and you can understand the knowledge. Now, these are every day you are looking at internet, corporate instrumentation, government, media, social manufacturing, internet, and these all are the tool for understanding or sharing or delivering the different kind of the data. So data science now become very useful because data creates information and information creates knowledge. And we will discuss again here. There are three important issues in that. How we can match the data, how we can fit the data, how we can set the data. So matching, fitting, and setting of the data. So when we talk of the fitting the data, because fitting data means you exactly can create a special kind of knowledge and information if you appropriately fit the data. For example, we appoint a faculty member in any university. And then their data they are fitting to our organization, our requirements. Then and only then we appoint. So fitting is there. It is not necessary that the coming person is more intelligent or less intelligent. It depends upon how it is fitting into our organization. So data fitting is the process of fitting models. The coming models is fitting to our organization or not. For example, engineers and scientists use data fitting technique. They also use non-parametric and other types of equations. Another example is the MATLAB, because people are using the MATLAB for research purpose just to find different kind of differential equations to fit their models. Now, what is the need for data matching? Because again, matching should be there. Because if there is no matching, without matching, you cannot create a credit card, a debit card, so many information, you have health issue. So for example, people can create a fraud because of the duplication of data. E-commerce, in business technology, people are creating duplicate products. So data matching is again a very important issue. But if you go third part data setting, everybody knows that in our phone, we set the data because we want to allow certain kinds of the data at certain time. So that is called setting of the data. But after, in addition to that, first we would like to know the worldwide what is the texting statistics. Everybody texting every day, every time, through mobile phone, through computer, through many other devices. So you might be wonder to understand that the number of monthly texts sent increased more than 7,700% during last decade. Over 560 billion texts are sent every month worldwide. 18 billion texts are sent worldwide every day. And wonderfully, 15 million texts are sent every minute of every day worldwide, which not includes the app-to-app messaging. And 930 million texts are sent every hour of every day worldwide. And again, this is the statistics we go. So we use data. Here, meaning is that we use data. And it means that these data are very, very valuable. And where to store, where to use, where to apply, and how to use these particular way the data are created. Now, there are three kinds of the data. One is called audio, another is called the video, another is called image data. Audio data, what we speak each other. Video data, what we see, what we all like video. And the picture data, images, which are forms of pixels, and which are based on binary numbers, 0 and 1. So there are normally three kinds of the data. Now, would like to say a very, very interesting example of a shopping mall. If you understand this shopping mall problem, then you can understand what is the really data science and what is the real application in the real world nowadays going on. You know, shopping mall, suppose there is a shopping mall in New York, and the shopping mall suppose have 1,200 kinds of the item, 1,200 types of the item. And you assume that every day there are visiting more than 2,000 people to this mall. And everybody is average purchasing 3 to 4 items every day. And if you want to log everything, you will find that you can pick a particular type of the people, they are coming from a particular region and they are picking particular type of the items. I think because of only this fact, one mall in New York, they opened more than 50 malls on the basis of the evolution on this basis. Because they found that the people coming from particular geographical area, they are every day men and women speak. And sorry for women and what I'm going to discuss here, because these data are taken from international agencies, not from my home. The average woman speaks around 5,000 words per day, where the average male speaks around 2,000. So apparently this source is taken from this particular UK agency. Working males average 2,000 to 3,000 and females from 10 to 20,000. However, both average about 5 to 700 words of actual value, means they are useful. Now, this means that the ladies add a great deal of filler to that conversation. So, how many words are every day spoken and they are used every day in speech? And these are the survey done by Jeff Steele, Melbourne, Florida, United States. So, now I am coming again to the main story. Before starting the application of the data, first would like to know what is data and what is problem. We understand that data are nothing, they are raw facts like number, like name, like any kind of the simple time. They are real numbers or they are the words. So raw data is called, normally data are the raw data. But when data are connected, they becomes information. So we say that the organized collection of data becomes information. And organized collection of information becomes knowledge. It means if you want to create a proper knowledge, we need proper kind of information and proper kind of data. So how data are connected, how data join each other, they may create a significant information in the system. Now, for that, I say this is another very, very important part. If you see that by a triangle, data is the core base level. When the information created, it becomes little small. Base, then we created knowledge, and the top of that, we can use our wisdom. Means how we can use knowledge and information. And top of the wisdom is the artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence, that how we drive our wisdom, how we can magnify our wisdom. And this is what is been going in this world. If you go to left hand side lifted, you see types of the knowledge, as I explicit knowledge, implicit knowledge, tacit knowledge, declarative knowledge, and persistent as well other kinds of the knowledge. As I mentioned, your explicit knowledge is completely in the words I speak. Implicit means I say something, but to understand something. Implicitly, you can talk about the knowledge. So this picture of the knowledge is very useful in understanding the big picture and technological evolution of the data in the context of the today's scenario. Now, after that, we would like to understand what is the data science. Data science is nothing. A simple stack. We see that data science is the combination of mathematics and statistics, ethical skills, team players, lifelong learning, communication, real world, machine learning, data visualization, data warehousing, coding skills. These all are parts of the data science. So minimum, these are the areas where we can discuss. So how to define a data science? Data science is the science which uses computer science, statistics, machine learning, visualization, and human-computer interaction. So using that, we collect data, we integrate data, we analyze data, visualize data, and interact with data, and we can create data products. So we can say that the data science has emerged out as one of the most popular fields of 21st century. And company using the data, scientists using the data, making decisions, and they create a huge products in this scenario. So another point, how we could extract and remove the data. And this is, you can understand a very simple logic. You will extract gold and uranium from the mines. This is what kind of data. Extract the essence of life from sands and elders in our everyday life. We deal with the bad data, means remove the bad data. How to deal with bad data in your mind, organization, and country. Remember, do not hack data, good or bad. What is the best way to use the data? We have to understand. What do you do with data once you have it? And what type of data when you want to use it? So these we have to understand. So, but what we do with the data? We create models from the data. For example, if I speaking to you, many words I spoken to you, you can collect all data, you can create your own story, and you can find the output. So through input, you can create output. And from the output, again you give input. In this way, you can magnify, you can create appropriate kinds of the models. And in creating model, one interesting thing comes, is called machine learning. Now, what is the machine learning? Machine learning, nothing. For example, every day you look at Google, you look at the YouTube, and particular kind of the information, and the machine understands that where you are interested, what kind of data you are interested. So what they do, your machine gives the similar kinds of the data to you, similar kinds of the story to you. So this is called machine learning. And machine learning is very vital because human brain has capabilities. And machine has more capabilities. So these limited capabilities or more capabilities, machine learning is required. And once you know what kind of data we can make a product by input using machine learning, and we can create the model. So, and that is called the modeling or machine learning. There are different kinds of data science nowadays. And this is the simple picture. You can see regression, clustering, association, and so many things. And this you can visualize where we can use the data science. Now, what is the process in the data science? Nowadays, many languages are there like Python, JavaScript, Scala, R, SQL, Julia are there. But different products, they ask for different kind of the project. We need different projects, we need different kinds of the program. One product is also Excel sheet, is kind of the, we can have analysis. So we do not need expert to be expert in this area. Still, we can do the data analysis. So, what is the criteria for selecting data science tool? First of all, it should be popular and adopted. People must know. People can easily use it. And they also, scalability means they can handle large number of data. And nowadays, Excel is also become very versatile. They have end-to-end capability, they have a data connectivity, and they can interoperability, means they can be used for one system to the another system. Now, another type of here a picture is Excel. Everybody uses Excel nowadays. Excel has become very vital picture because through Excel we can analyze large number of data, and but still there are millions of data, so we use Python instead of the Excel. But if still the Excel are people are preferring, and you can use the Excel in simple data analysis. So finally, what we see, the definition of data science. Data science is nothing. It is statistics plus data processing plus machine learning plus scientific inquiry plus visualization plus business analytics plus big data. And output are very important. First, you must have domain knowledge, mathematics and statistical skills, computer science, and communication and visualization. So these four pillars are responsible in creating data science. Domain knowledge is which kind of domain, business, expert system, user testing you want to create. what kind of these mathematical skills you have? Linear algebra, calculus, descriptive statistics, inferential statistics, or even computer science or many things, and also communication visualization. So in 4 pillars of data science, everything is included. So these are the pioneer people who created data science. So I just mentioned here, and and now we become data society becomes everywhere, and people are using data society in order to create a new products and new beginning of the scientific computing inventory. Now, data science evolution. Sorry, this. Now, data science. There are many interesting things coming. For example, Google predicted flu trends few years back. They detected particular outbreak using the data science. So this is the great application of data science. Even COVID-19 data science were used. They created new models in particular area and for particular countries. Another interesting thing that